Hi everyone, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I am Jennifer Herring. I am a Black status presenter with Younique, and I've been doing this for about 3 years now. Before I tell you what I'm about to tell you, let me preface this with, these are tips of averages of people that I know that got to green very quickly, and myself as well. I got to green within my first 2.5 months in business, and what I did was about half of what's needed by myself. So let me dig in to some of this information. What we're talking about today is how to get to green status, what it takes to maintain it, and how to get there quickly and really build a team and grow your paycheck, right? That's what we want, right? Growing paychecks all the time and climbing those ranks. So green status it's a pretty big deal. It comes with, a higher percentage on your commissions. It comes with a pretty big bonus. It comes with maintenance bonuses. It comes with a whole lot of stuff. So it's a great sweet spot to hang out at. So it's definitely something that you want to strive for, and you can build over time. You're not a failure if you don't get there in a month. You're not a failure if you don't get there in 2, 3, 4 months. You keep striving for these goals, and you keep putting into place what you need to do every day to reach that goal when it's your time to get there. But don't wish for it. You have to work for it, okay? So, of course, at green status, it is $10,000 in company sales. Now, company is everybody that is on your team, not just your personals, but their personals and their personals. So it's everybody that counts for you on their team counts towards that $10,000. Yes, it is in 1 month, but it can be done, and you're gonna see how quickly you can build up to that. Okay. It is minimum of $500 in personal sales done by you, and you need to have at least 3 personally enrolled team members to be able to qualify for this promotion. Okay, so I would say average team members working, you need at least about 20 team members. Of course, it can be done with less. It just depends on what you're willing to do and what some of your team members are doing. It's just going to depend on how those numbers play out. But I would say average team, about 20 working team members. Now, personally, I would aim, if you're going to do this pretty quickly and you want to get there, I would aim to do an average of personal sales about 3,500. That's most of what people that I know that have got there very quickly have done. Now, my sales during the month that I went to green status was over $5,000 in sales that month. Yeah, I worked my butt off, but it was worth it to earn, because at green status, you also earn 30% commissions, okay? So 30% on that plus your bonuses at the end of the month, it all adds up. And okay, so this is not a status that you're aiming for. If you want to get there quickly, you can't sit back and watch your team and say, well, I got all these people to help me, I'm just going to let them grow and take me to green status because all I've got to do is my own $500 in sales, right? Wrong. It's going to take you a lot longer to get there with that kind of thinking, and if you do that, you're probably not going to be able to maintain it. So by putting that bulk of the sales goals, about a third of that, on yourself, means you're working hard, you're getting paid, and you're really working and earning this and getting there quickly. Now, as the months go on, of course, you're going to hit it 1 month, and that second month after that, you're going to have to do it again, okay? It's not something you achieve, and the next month you go, oh, whew, I'm done. No, you got to run, you got to do it again, and you got to get those sales, and you got to run for that status again. You can't just let it ride out a second month if this is something you want to maintain, because you're not going to earn that bonus again if you don't hit those qualifications again. So it's something to really work for, but once you go 2 and 3 months of hitting it, then it starts to take, and your team builds very strong to keep continuing to hit that goal, where you may not have to do as much personal sales to maintain that goal. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this amount to get there, but what I'm saying is, if you want this status, you have to put this on your shoulders, and you got to go for it and run for it. So we talked about the average number of working team members. Now, what you want to do is engage these team members, and you need to be in contact with them every single day. And what I mean by that might be different than what you're thinking in your head, or maybe something that you're doing. Instead of just reaching out, hey, how's everybody doing today? Oh, well, I didn't make any sales. Okay, well, better luck tomorrow. That's not going to work. You have to engage your team members. Who are the ones that you see that are working that you can lock arms with? How many people are you locked arms with every single day running hard? And if you are locked arms with them, are they seeing you working and making sales? They should be, because you are always going to set the pace for your team. And if you're not showing up every day to really work towards this goal, your team's going to fizzle out. They will. It's going to take you engaging them to really pull everything together and pull this off in a very quick manner. So engaging them, getting them working every single day. When you sign somebody, are you telling them about Fast Start? Are you helping them dig into it every single day and saying, okay, let's go get your launch party set up? Are you spending that initial time with them to really give them the basics of the business so they have something to work for and the information? Are you getting them in the online script group? Are you saying, here's your launch party, let's do this. Okay, let's look for other hostesses, because this is how you build your business and this is how you build it big. And, are you cheering them on for their Fast Start? Are you showing them, how excited you are for them, and recognizing them for hitting $500 in sales, hitting their Fast Start goal, hitting yellow status? Are you engaged in their business? And which in turn is going to make them engaged in their own business. So really locking arms with them and saying, let's go, not, hey, how are you doing today? I was constantly in my back office, and still am to this day, looking at that back office every single day. Okay, who's we're looking on the 5th of the month. It's $333 in company sales every single day to hit that green status and stay on track. I didn't wait till the middle of the month or the end of the month to say, okay, are we on track? Okay, well, we'll catch up. No, I was working every single day to watch those numbers, to make those numbers hit, because when you work every single day and really push for it, that puts your team on track. And you're working for it. You may have a day where you may not get any sales, but the next day, by you working on that, you may have 2 or 3 that come in. So by putting that effort in every single day is going to get you to that point at the end of the month. So some of the things that I did, I looked at my back office. I looked at every single person that was on my team, whether they were personally enrolled by me. They knew me. They knew who I was, and I was working right alongside with them as well. Okay? So making sure they had parties, making sure they were showing up on their personal wall, giving them ideas to sell. You know how to sell. You're pushing for this big goal. You better darn well know how to sell some products, at least $500 in sales, if not more. So what are you giving them? What valuable information are you giving them to help them push towards their goal? And one of the biggest things is locking those arms and running together, and everything that you're doing, they're doing. Are they having makeover play dates? Are they running online parties? Helping them get set up and staying with them every single day, every step of the way of that month, focusing them on their goals. They're not going to care about you going to green status, but what they do care about is their $400 from yellow status. But do you see that in your back office? Are you paying attention to that? Because that's going to help you in the long run. You have to pay attention to them. You have to look down if you want to go up, right? So being in that back office and really knowing where they're standing is really going to help you in the end, okay? But you're going to have to run hard as well. All right, so sponsoring quickly versus running slow. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit, because this is going to play a big part in you getting to green status. The way this business works is, not everybody that comes in is going to do this and want it like you want it. People get discouraged and then they stop. They have a really great month, and then maybe the next month they're disengaged for something that happened in their life, and or for whatever reason, and then they become disengaged. Once they become disengaged and stop running, it's pretty much over. If you don't get them back in the game quickly, it's going to be done. okay? But by you being engaged in them and really paying attention to them, that's what's going to keep them going. You have to be a daily motivator for them as well, and a daily motivator for yourself. So you also better be doing some personal development to fuel yourself up every single day so that you have some energy and some fire to pass on to your team, okay? All right, so sponsoring quickly, you really putting a focus on bringing in a good amount of people personally, that's going to really set your business into motion and get you rolling. Now, like I said, people come in, they may do great the first month, the next month they may slow, and then it's going to slow, and then it's going to slow. If you bring in 3 people in your first month and don't bring in anybody else, and by 3 months from now, they're probably going to be doing less. Unless they're a really good rock star like you are, then that'll be that one. But that's who you're looking for. You're looking for those people that are going to come in and really grab hold of this and really build a business with it just like you are. Now, if you bring them on and 3 months from now they're doing nothing, you're going to be left with nothing in 3 months because you didn't sponsor any more people. You said, oh, I got my 3 people, I'm good, I'm done. It's not how it works. You have to continue to sponsor to bring on fresh people, help them sponsor their team so that you can grow wide and you can grow deep. And you have to engage everybody. Yep, it falls on you. If you want that leadership position, it falls on you, and you have to look. You still want to be focusing on your own business 80% of the time. 20% of your time is focused on your team. It's engaging them. But your own business has to come first at 80%. You have to continue to do the things, selling, sponsoring, booking parties all the time if you want to get to this status and continuing to bring people on. Now, let's say you bring on 3 people in this month and they do $500. Okay, great. That's going to get you to pink status, maybe even blue status, depending on what you're going to do yourself. But if you don't sponsor anybody else, that's going to fizzle out and they're going to bring you nothing in 3 months from now possibly. But what if you brought on 3 people and 3 people and maybe the next month you brought on 6 people and they're sponsoring and they're growing? You may not know everybody, but the people you bring on know people. Help them sponsor as well. Help them find people. You're doubling and tripling yourself when you're finding other people that are working right along beside you and you're engaging them and teaching them, okay? But if you were to bring on all 6 people in 1 month and everybody's on the same page and the next month they bring on 3 people each, that's going to give you a big enough team to then run for green very, very quickly. I sponsored 1 person in my first 2 weeks. In the following month, I think I was up to 7, and by the time I reached that green status at 2.5 months, I had 21 people on the team, and we went green status. So it's all about the number of people that you bring on that are working. So if you're bringing them on quickly and you're really having this burst of energy where you're saying, this is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on bringing on fresh people. If you're at a point in your business where you've been doing this for a little while and it's going nowhere, you need to say, I'm not getting anything else from my current team. What they're bringing me is getting me to pink status and holding me. You can't get blood from a turnip. It's something my dad's always said. And so think of this as turnips. You can't get much more. You've been working and working and working with them, and you can't get much more from them. What do? You have to put your business in motion, and you have to go out and you have to make sponsoring and growing your team and growing your sales on your shoulders. And you have to do it and bring in fresh people, because those fresh people are going to light a fire under those other ones that are still engaged and watching, going, okay, well, I need to grow my team as well. I need to do this if I want to make this successful. Your team is only as good as yourself, right? And if you're not sponsoring and bringing in people, they're not going to focus on it, right? But if you have a focus on your business, they're going to want to keep up with you, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. You're locking arms with them. You're doing the same things with everybody on your team. That's what makes it fun. You're engaged. If you go a week without talking to them or speaking to them, they're going to be on their way out. I'm telling you. You have to be engaged. Engaged, not just checking in. You have to be locking arms, and you have to be engaged with your team. So it's better to sponsor quickly and really put a focus on that big burst than to do it over time. Okay? It'll build over time, but if you really want to get there and you really want to light a fire, you got to put it on your own shoulders. So, last thing I want to talk about is incentivizing your team. It is great when you're running for a promotion like this, a big promotion, getting everybody working for something special that month, because it's a big month for you and you want them to really be engaged and really working for something. There's all kinds of things that you can give away. I would say reaching for $500 in sales and signing at least one person to your team, and then making sure every single person on your team knows what they're working for. If they reach that goal, one of the best incentives that I've done, now we get our rewards from Fast Start and from running parties in our own name. Now, use that to invest in your business, turn it around and invest in your team. Best incentives I've ever done is new team members that come on. If they reach $500 in sales and sign at least one person to their team in that month, they receive a free foundation from me, because everybody wants to build their business. Everybody wants to, get that foundation on hand, so they could choose a BB cream or a liquid touch foundation or a powder, whichever one that they wanted. If they reached that goal, they got it from me, and it was worth every penny for me to spend that of my YCash or whatever money that I used to invest in that, because it helped me build that business and get that bonus at the end, and it helped them push towards their goals as well. So, hope this is helpful to you. I know we have a lot of people on Team Lash Out Loud running for green status, and I know you can do this. You just have to light that fire, and you have to be a leader. Whether you're working for more than green status, this is what it takes to build a green status team. If you want a green status team, you lock arms down that entire line, and you do this same exact stuff. You have to engage them if you want to get to your next level as well. So, good luck to you this month. Set those goals. Aim high, because you will get there. Hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you all soon.